everyone, it's Maki here. Recently, an event for the Gundam Seed series was held in Japan. There, performances of the theme songs, as well as talks with the creators and voice actors, took place. Interestingly, a part of the theme song Freedom, which was played in the latest promotional video, seems to have been revealed to the fans as well. It hasn't been officially released yet, but the lyrics that were played at the event are being analyzed by fans. Let's analyze both the content discussed at the event and the lyrics that the fans have picked up on. At the event, there were many moments where memories of the story's content were shared. Among these, the origin of the name La's Climb and her role in the film were also discussed. La's Climb was created with the character image of someone in front of whom one's innermost feelings are involuntarily revealed. A lake was chosen as a significant motif for representing an entity that reflects oneself. The Latin word La's, meaning lake, seems to be the origin of her name. The weapons used by Shin as Excalibur and Arndite are related to the concept of a lake. In the famous story of King Arthur, there is a vital spirit known as the Lady of the Lake. She is the one who entrusted Excalibur to King Arthur. Lancelot, raised by the Lady of the Lake, and later becoming a member of the Knights of the Round Table, wielded Arndite as his favorite sword. Interestingly, in Seed Destiny, Shin and La's hardly interact. However, Shin is present in a scene towards the end of Seed Destiny, where Kira and La's embrace. Although their interactions were minimal, it might be fair to say there was some interaction, but the audience did not see much of Shin and La's together. If the conflict between Kiro and La's is central to the film's story, it's likely that more interactions between La's and Shin will be seen. Shin fights in the same unit as Kira. If a misunderstanding and estrangement arise between Kiro and La's, Shin might play a significant role in mediating between them. At the event, there was also a brief discussion about La's role in the movie. In the movie, La's is different from past portrayals, where only her calmness was emphasized. She is depicted as a character who clearly expresses her own will. In previous works, she played the role of quietly guiding characters, like Kira and Afran. Indeed, in the promotional video, she is shown actively participating in important meetings and engaging in negotiations with people from the Foundation. In the novel version of Seed Destiny, La's resolve is depicted after witnessing the death of Mia Campbell. She speaks of choosing to confront the world. We might see a very proactive side of La's in action. The lyrics of the theme song Freedom are also believed to be closely related to the movie's storyline. Mr. Takanori Nishikawa, who previously performed Ignited, has said about the song, "It reflects the heart and life of the character Shinasa." Similarly, I think the movie's theme song also hints at the story's content. Here, we'll discuss the lyrics that have emerged from the discussions among fans. Please note that this is hypothetical and based on speculation as of November 20, 2023, with an official announcement to be made later. Looking at the distant sky, not to see the future. Wanting to ask someone about the principles of peace again and again. Behind those shining eyes, a slight sway like a balance, unsettling the key of reason. This brings to mind the image of Kiro and Lost gazing at the sky on the beach. The desire to question the principles of peace aligns with the storyline of the Seed series. The phrase behind those shining eyes reminds us of the seed factor. The element of a balance evokes the emblem of the organization Terminal. The lyrics reflect the complex relationships between organizations. The support of the establishment of Campus by the Atlantic Federation, which was almost controlled by Blue Cosmos, and the emergence of the Foundation, independent from the Eurasian Federation and opposed to the Atlantic Federation, might represent Terminal's observation of the world's power dynamics. What does unsettling the key of reason bring to mind? In the promotional video, there is a scene where Kiro is pleaded with by his comrades to please stop. Also, the word key relates to Slay Oster. It reminds us of the phrase the key to ending the war. Slay's existence has left a deep scar in Kiro's heart. The movie might depict Kiro confronting his painful past memories. Everyday resistance. The distance with me. Behind those shining eyes. Extinguishing just as immobile. These lyrics seem to depict Kiro's conflicted and troubled state of mind. They may also represent the distance that has arisen between Lost and Kiro. In the promotional video, there are scenes where Kiro's figure blurs and fades away paired with the depiction of Lost's arms. The word justice also appears. Likely, the word destiny will appear somewhere else. These lyrics evoke a culmination of the Seed series. What does extinguishing justice immobile mean? Afran is also a character who experiences conflict in the story. It's common for characters to halt their actions, troubled by their own sense of justice. While researching the Foundation, it's possible to uncover information about such conflicts. Although Terminal is an organization that harbors favorable feelings towards Lost and her group, it is not entirely an ally. It cooperates as a calm and impartial third party. As mentioned earlier, the Atlantic Federation, which supports Campus, also has deep ties with Blue Cosmos. It's difficult to consider Campus unconditionally as an organization for justice and peace. Finally, here are the lyrics from the part that played in the promotional video. Breaking through again and again. The plains are wind-swept, and there you are always waiting freedom. These lyrics seem to reflect an existence, like the wind. There is a wind-like effect during the rising freedom's full burst. Considering that Kira Yamato is the protagonist of the movie, the important element for Kira and freedom might be wind. A being closely related to wind is a bird. A new pet robot named Blue might also become an important entity in the story. The lyrics suggest a conviction that someone is waiting at the journey's end. They end on a hopeful note. If we interpret it as Lost crying waiting, where the wind has blown through, it would make sense. How do you think the movie's story will unfold? The Seed series is not just about the characters, but also encompasses commercial conflicts in the real world. Being one of the most popular in the Gundam series, there's a high likelihood of commercial expectations for its continuation. On the other hand, many viewers probably wish for a happy ending for the characters. Considering the many released images, promotional video content and lyrics, it seems likely that the story will revolve around resolving the relationship between Kiro Yamato and Lost Crying. Mr. Tetsuya Komuro, who composed the theme song, also worked on the theme for Shao's counterattack. In the final scene of Shao's counterattack, Emma O'Ray and Shao Zhou disappear into the light, and they haven't appeared in the forefront of history since. Perhaps Kira and Lars will overcome the battle, disappear from the historical forefront, and attain personal happiness. What's the matter? Are you wondering about Athran, who is the equivalent of Char in the Seed series? An ending where Kira abandons Lars to disappear with Athran would likely attract a lot of criticism. I'm also really looking forward to the official release of the theme song. See you again in the next program.